Hello once again, Niner Faithful, and welcome back to another episode of 49ers Playbook, and also welcome into any Chiefs fans who might be with us. Well, this is it, the last scouting video of the year. If you didn't catch part 1 of this series, 5 Keys for the Offense, make sure you check out that video. The link is in the description below. Just like part 1, we're going to take a look at 5 keys for the defense based off film for what the 49ers defense needs to do to be able to come out of Las Vegas with their 6th Lombardi trophy. You're watching Johnny Dale's Football Academy. So the number 1 key is stop the run. I know that's nothing earth-shattering, but when you look at teams that have held Kansas City to fewer points, they've been able to contain the run. That begins by keeping the linebackers clean. Here, the Chiefs are trying to run a wide zone. Against this front, they want the center to reach block on the 1 technique, the backside tackle reach block on the 3 technique, and get both guards up on the 2nd level. Here, the backside 3 technique does a great job of eating up both the guard and the tackle, keeping his linebacker clean so they're able to have a 2-on-1 in the hole, and they stuff Pacheco before he can get going. Here again, they're trying to get a wide zone going and watch the 5 technique. He occupies the guard and the center, leaving a linebacker free to run and attack. It allows the linebacker to sit behind his man and play the running back. The linemen are trying to get this to the edge, and with the edge set, it's stuffed at the point of attack for a loss on the play. This is what I saw from the Raiders, the Ravens, and the Chargers. Teams who were able to stifle Kansas City's rushing attack were able to keep their linebackers clean. For the 49ers, this also leads to key number 2, stopping the crack toss. The 49ers have been burned a number of times the past 2 games by the crack toss, where you crack down on a defensive end, pull a lead blocker, and toss it outside. The Packers ran it several times for big gains and 1 explosive. The Lions ran it several times for good gains and a touchdown here. When the outside receivers crack block down, there has to be a replacement and a strong backside pursuit. I know this clip sure created a lot of buzz the past 8 days, but what you see is the replacement by Gibson isn't able to make the tackle. And then there's just a lack of pursuit. But the 49ers didn't fail to defend this every time. Here you're going to see the Lions attempt it, but this time the 49ers are in a single high defense, with Tayshaun Gibson down over the 2 receivers tight split. So when the toss happens, Lenore immediately replaces the edge contain, and Gibson is able to come up and make the tackle. This is what the 49ers have to do early to take this play out of Andy Reid's arsenal. Then the 3rd key for the defense, don't bite the cheese and tackle in space. The Chiefs come with some misdirection and razzle-dazzle as much as anyone. Here, they start out with Kelsey as an inline tight end, will motion Edwards-Helaire out late and are looking to fake a bubble screen and try and hit Kelsey over the middle. They want Smith and Queen to fly out on the screen look, vacate the middle, and get the ball to Kelsey. But the Ravens didn't bite on the cheese and it's taken away. So Mahomes has to dump it off to the running back, and Hamilton makes a great open field tackle. Here, the Raiders did bite on the cheese. So they start out with a completely empty backfield. Mahomes is split out wide. They bring Pacheco in late and are going to run a wildcat sweep. but they dress this up with Mahomes coming back across like it might be a reverse pass. That action holds the safety and makes the defensive end take an inside angle just enough, and they spring this thing for a touchdown. Here against the Ravens, the Chiefs come out with a wildcat again and are going to run a sweep, and they have wide receiver reverse action. But no one takes the cheese, and they stuff the play for only a 1-yard gain. Then on a different play, the Raiders did a good job of not biting on some cheese. They're trying to fake a swing pass to one side and come back with a screen to the other. But the Raiders stayed disciplined in their assignments and didn't bite the cheese and stopped it for a loss. The key, don't bite the cheese. Then when you take away everything deep and you haven't bitten on the cheese, you have to tackle in space. One thing the Ravens did so well over and over was force Mahomes to check the ball down and then rally to make solid tackles. The number 4 key for the defense, stay ahead of Andy Reid's usage of bunches and stacks. Andy Reid will use bunch formation and stack formations as much and as well as anyone in the league. Here, the Chiefs have Kelce and Valdez-Scantling bunched. The Raiders are in cover 3 zone, so the man up on the line is the curl flat player. He has to play the curl to the flat. The outside corner is in a deep third. So Reid is going to run Valdez-Scantling vertical, with Kelce releasing along with him. This creates interference for the flat player to get out and cover Kelce, and with the corner threatened vertically by 2 players, he has to stay on top, creating an easy space for Kelce on an 8-yard out route, and Kelce has a rare drop. But formationally, Reid has created a problem for this zone defense. So now the Chiefs come out with the same bunch look with Kelce, but now the leverage shows the Raiders are in man coverage with the up defender outside of Kelce. It's important to note the stack forces the defense to stagger the cushion to avoid pick plays. With late motion out of it, the corner can't hurry up to the line to jam the receiver, he'll get caught moving the wrong way at the snap. So they've now manufactured a free release for their receiver who has a 3-way go on the outside corner who's playing man, and they get an easy 8-yard out route open. Mahomes misses the throw, but again, you're seeing the problems they're creating with these. So now the Chiefs come out, same look on 3rd down, and the Raiders try and show man coverage. They're going with cover 3 zone again, and this time the outside corner wants to sit on the out route. But they're using his rub route now for a flat route on the flat defender, and it's a 1st down on 3rd down. If you get yourself caught trying to play catch up to Reid out of these stacks and bunches, he's going to always be 1 step ahead. Mike McDonald was able to stay ahead of Reid for much of the game. Then key number 5, get after Mahomes with a team rush. Here, the Raiders got to Mahomes with a good stunt. They're going to have the defensive tackle attack the outside shoulder of the guard and bring Max Crosby around. The guard picked up the stunt well, but when you're executing these, they did a good job of staying in their lanes. Even though Crosby gets blasted into another dimension, they still get the sack. Here you can see they did a good job of staying to their landmarks. Neither end got too vertical, and they're able to get to Mahomes off a nasty spin move. We have to understand that when teams are doing a team pass rush, they have designated landmarks for how deep the defensive ends are going to go and how they clog up the interior lanes. That is absolutely key when you're rushing Mahomes. Then here, the Ravens get a perfect marriage of coverage and pass rush, the recipe to stopping this Chiefs offense. Like I said, McDonald stayed ahead of Reed. Here, the Chiefs are running the old mesh concept, a great man beater, but the Ravens drop into zone, so Mahomes has nowhere to go with the ball. Then from the end zone, going against the Chiefs' backup left guard, Madubuike gets the sack. When a quarterback has nowhere to go with the ball but is as talented as Mahomes is with his legs, you have to stay disciplined in your rush lanes. The defensive ends don't get too far upfield. The other defensive tackle sits in a spiral, having occupied both the center and the guard, and so Madubuike with a two-way go on the backup guard is a win for Baltimore. Both of Kansas City's guards, assuming Joe Thuney doesn't play, have shown struggles against quick defensive tackles. This is setting up to be a huge opportunity for Javon Hargrave to make a big impact on this game. If we look at the 49ers from the Lions game, they did a similar thing. Here it was 4th down, and the 49ers showed man coverage by having Dre Greenlaw out on the running back, and then traveling as they motioned him inside. The Lions ran the old mesh concept. But here Steve Wilks dropped everyone into 2 zone. It took away the mesh, and that allowed the pass rush to start getting to Jared Goff. And it was a failed 4th down and a huge play in the game. There they are, the 5 defensive keys for the 49ers to win a Super Bowl. They execute the 5 keys on both sides of the ball, and the 49ers will surely come out of Las Vegas with their 6th Lombardi trophy. In some ways, I can't wait for this Sunday. In other ways, it's screaming at us so fast. It's wild to think that this is only the 2nd time in 5 years the 49ers have had a quarterback healthy all season. And both times, they've been in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. For everyone that has supported and tuned in this season, thank you so much, and thank you so much to all the members of JFA49.com. You are the heartbeat of this channel. Your support has made videos like this possible. And once the Super Bowl is over, we're going to jump in and start pumping out a ton of exclusive content. So you can head over and become a member at JFA49.com. But until next time, which will hopefully be a Super Bowl win breakdown, stay safe, stay healthy, and go Niners.